News Services Division of Akashvani presents Northeast Diary.
Good evening. Welcome to this edition of Northeast Diary. As we explore the northeastern part of India, it gets intriguing to know about it in each episode. Let me tell you about the excitement in today's episode. Today we bring an interview with Professor Uttaran Datta from Arizona State University as he shares insights into the fascinating journey of establishing a museum displaying artifacts of the Anglo-Abro War. And we bring a report from Nagaland on unveiling of Chief Minister's Universal Life Insurance Scheme. The scheme is designed to mitigate financial hardship due to untimely demise of a family's breadwinner. Also exciting news awaits our listeners as we introduce a captivating news segment, Enchanting Folk Tales of Northeast India in our radio program, Northeast Diary. Prepare to embark on a mesmerizing journey into the rich tapestry of folk tales woven across the landscapes of Northeast India. In today's edition of our program, we delve into the enchanting world of Northeastern folklore, unearthing tales that have been passed down through generations, preserving the essence of diverse cultures that call this region home. From the misty hills of Assam to the remote corners of Manipur, our news segment promises to transport you to a realm with myths, legends, and age-old traditions converge. Join us as we explore the fascinating narratives that reflect the spirit of the Northeast, illuminating its cultural heritage and timeless wisdom. Stay tuned to Northeast Diary as we unveil these captivating folk tales in each episode, an invitation to discover the magic and wonder of Northeast India's storytelling tradition. But for now, let's listen to an insightful talk unraveling the tales and treasures of Shillong. Shillong, a town steeped in history and adorned with a vibrant cultural mosaic that traces its roots back to the British colonial era in the late 1800s. From its cosmopolitan inception, Shillong has evolved into Meghalaya's cultural gem, embracing a rich blend of traditions that come alive through vibrant festivals and a diverse culinary scene, showcasing flavors from across the nation and beyond. Whether you seek colonial history or contemporary vibes, Shillong offers a plethora of accommodations from hotels to guest houses and homestays, conveniently scattered across the landscape, particularly around the vibrant Police Bazaar. The city's historical legacy is complemented by the emerging cafe culture that adds a modern flair to its charm. Stay tuned as we present an insightful talk on Shillong by Jitendra Kumar, brought to life by the voices of Sanjala Kaul and Monica Gulati. Join us on this auditory journey as we unravel the tales and treasures of Shillong.
I have heard grandmother's tales of times and years to years, of open arms and eager helping hands. But from those days of milk and honey, when love ruled on this land, only one thing did withstand the test of time.
Shillong, one of the most beautiful hill stations in India, at the entire Khasi Hills region forms the central part of Meghalaya and is richly endowed with natural beauty. Everywhere you will be mystified by the spectacular charm the state offers. The capital city of the state as well as the district headquarters of East Khasi Hills district, it is the only hill station in the country that is accessible from all sides.
The name Shillong is derived from Yu Shilong, a powerful deity, and is situated at an altitude of 1,491 meters above sea level. This beautiful city is 103 kilometers from Guwahati, the nearest air and train link. The presence of many well-reputed educational institutions, many of them established by various missionary groups, make Shillong the hub of education for the entire Northeast.
Lady Hyderi Park is a popular spot both with locals and tourists, located in the heart of the city with an abundance of plants and flowers. The best months to see the flowers in bloom are April and October.
Ward's Lake is a beautiful man-made lake named after Sir William Ward, the then Chief Commissioner of Assam. A beautiful little lake with short garden walks and boating facilities.
Don Bosco Center for Indigenous Cultures, a 3-in-1 institution combining a museum with a research and publication center for promoting and preserving the rich cultural heritage of Northeast India, a unique fusion of all the sister states under one roof.
It is built in hexagonal shape. Its 7 floors represent the 7 states of Northeast India. The building rises to form a flame, expressing the reality that if cultures are understood well, they can form a communion of cultures for a better society.
It contains 17 galleries displaying cultural artifacts and paintings. It offers study and research facilities throughout its specialized library of 10,000 volumes, a media hall and a conference hall.
Shillong Golf Course is one of the oldest and best natural golf courses in the world and is considered to be the Glen Eagle of the East by the United States Golf Association and Museum. The site where the golf course is located provides a scenic view. It was set in an undulating valley covered with thick groves of pine and rhododendron trees at an altitude of 5,200 feet.
Spread Eagle Falls, located on the outskirts of the city, is a sparkling waterfall which looks like an eagle with wings spread. Hence the name Spread Eagle Falls, a soothing setting amidst the calmness of nature, a treat to the eyes.
Sweet Falls, situated near Happy Valley at a distance of about 8 kilometers from Shillong. It resembles a straight pencil of water emerging from a large size water pipe as it drops vertically over a distance exceeding 200 feet. Most suitable for a day's outing and picnic. Explore it.
Elephant Falls, 12 kilometers from the outskirts of the city. The mountain stream descends through 2 successive falls set in dells of fern-covered rocks.
At a short distance beyond the falls, there are 2 smaller falls which are nonetheless beautiful and captivating. These are the Veer Laplam Falls and the Veer Pong Falls. A well-paved footpath and a small wooden bridge facilitates access to these falls.
Shillong Peak, an ideal picnic spot, is 1,965 meters above sea level and 10 kilometers from the city. It offers a panoramic view of this countryside and is also the highest point in the state. In the evening, the city lights below appear like a star-studded abyss.
Smith is just 17 kilometers south of Shillong. It is the traditional seat of Khasi culture. The Nongkrem dance is performed in Smith during November.
Mawphlong, the most remarkable features of the Khasi Hills are the sacred forest, which has been preserved by traditional religious sanction since the ancient days. The most sacred forest is 25 kilometers from Shillong. The sacred grove has an amazing life form of plants, flowering trees, orchids and butterflies, an ideal destination for nature lovers. The sacred groves, which has been preserved since time immemorial, are in sharp contrast to their surrounding grasslands.
The heavily covered grounds have a thick cushion of humus accumulated over the centuries. The humus-covered grounds likewise harbour myriad varieties of plant life, many of which are found nowhere else.
Sohra is 56 kilometers from Shillong and is literally the high point of any visit to Meghalaya. One of those ultimate eco-friendly destinations, a place renowned all over the world for having the privilege of receiving the highest rainfall in the world. Set against the backdrop of breathtaking landscape, it is a place to discover the Indian summer monsoons. The heavy monsoon rains over these mountains undoubtedly creates in Sohra one of the rarest biodiverse vegetations in the world.
Mollinong village has earned the distinction distinction of being the cleanest village in India. It is situated 90 kilometers from Shillong, and besides the picturesque village, offers many interesting sights. Mollinong, nestled in the pristine hill state of Meghalaya, is along the Indo-Bangla border. This cute and colorful little village grows betel nut. A dustbin made out of bamboo is found all along the village. Everyone makes it a point that dirt and waste are not thrown everywhere. All the waste from the dustbin is collected and kept in a pit, which the villagers use as manure. The villagers are now on a mission to ban plastic. The village with 100% literacy is conscious, and they are spreading the message of conservation and protection of the forest. Locals plant trees to ensure that the virgin forest is kept intact and also replenished.
The common language spoken is the Khasi language. English is also being used by the locals. The staple food of Khasis is rice. They also take fish and meat. Like the other tribes in the northeast, the Khasis also ferment rice beer, which is a must for every ceremonial and religious occasion.
The Khasis have a matrilineal society. Descent is traced through the mother, but the father plays an important role in the material and mental life of the family. In the Khasi society, the woman looks after home and hearth. The man finds the means to support the family, and the maternal uncle settles all social and religious matters.
Nongkrem dance is a religious festival in thanksgiving to God Almighty for good harvest, peace, and prosperity of the community. It is held annually during October or November at Smit. The dance is performed in the open by the young virgins and men, both bachelors and married. The women, dressed in expensive silk costumes with heavy gold, silver, and coral ornaments, dance in the inner circle of the arena. The men form an outer circle and dance to the accompaniment of music of flutes and drums.
Khasi Hills is perhaps best known for Sohra, Cherrapunji, geographically famous for being the wettest place on earth.
Meghalaya is an all-year-round tourist destination where even the monsoon provides the exhilaration and experience of being the wettest place on the planet.
In summer, the temperature ranges from 15 degrees centigrade to 25 degrees centigrade. In winter, it is much colder, with temperature ranging between 4 to 16 degrees centigrade. The hills are also often covered by fog during the season.
There is a plethora of options for shopping in Shillong, and some of the prominent markets include Bara Bazaar and Police Bazaar.
Shopaholics can head to Bara Bazaar, which is one of the oldest and traditional markets in Shillong. Bara Bazaar is the place to buy local handcrafts made out of bamboo and wood. Tibetan artifacts, honey, bamboo pickle, and Khasi dresses are some of the other things you may buy from here.
Police Bazaar, which has small shops offering various options to the buyers. You may buy local artifacts and handicraft items made by the tribal people. Popular for their craftsmanship, the tribal people create a range of artistic and utility products out of cane and bamboo. If you wish to buy some finely woven baskets, Kacheri Road is the place to go.
Authentic local handicrafts and souvenirs are available in Police Bazaar. Hand-woven shawls, black mushrooms, fruit products, and orange honey are some of the other things that you may buy from here.
Take a chance when you're down. It's time to sing and dance.
In Northeast Tari, we embark on a journey into the heart of the vibrant cultures nestled in the enchanting landscapes of Northeast India. Today, we invite you to dwell into the captivating world of Karbi folk tales, an integral part of the cultural heritage of the Karbi tribe. Nestled in the verdant hills of Assam's Karbi Anglong district, the Karbi people have long thrived amidst the lush forests and rolling plains of the region. As one of the major ethnic communities in the Northeast, the Karbis have preserved their tradition, beliefs, and a way of life through generations, often encapsulated in their rich tapestry of folk tales. In the absence of written records, these folk tales serve as a primary vessel through which we can glean insights into the early history and cultural evolution of the Karbi tribe. They offer a window into a world where humanity's existence intertwines seamlessly with the rhythms of nature and the land. Through the medium of radio, we aim to bring you the life and essence of Karbi folklore, exploring its myriad facets and unraveling the layers of tradition, belief, and societal norms that shape the Karbi way of life. These tales not only provide glimpses into ancient customs and rituals, but also dwell into universal themes of love, envy, morality, and spirituality, reflecting the timeless essence of human experience. Join us as we embark on this immersive journey, where each episode of Northeast Diary promises to transport you to the mystical realm of Karbi folklore, offering a deeper understanding of this unique culture and its enduring legacy in the tapestry of Northeast India.
Stories from the Northeast. How paddy came to be introduced. There lived one Lejang Marang of Ingti sect in Karbi village. His family was very small, only the wife and a 3-4-year-old daughter. The daughter was very intelligent since her childhood. A fisherman turned peddler from the plains met Lejang Marang's family off and on to sell fish. At the end of the day's sale, he stayed back for the night at Lejang's house. He did not come to the house empty-handed. Rather, brought a handful of fishes for the family. Sometimes they spent the entire night engaged in chit-chats after exchanging usual pleasantries. One day, the fisherman told Lejang, "Dear friend, it is only I who have been coming to your house very regularly, but none of you have ever paid a visit to me. That's why I invite you to come to our house next Wednesday. Bring your wife and the kid too." The young girl was counting the days since the day of invitation, a Saturday. On Wednesday, she, sitting on the back of her parents, set off for the fisherman's house. His house was situated very near to the Beel. That day, he was in fact fishing in the Beel since morning with a fishing net so as to entertain his guests as well. Fishes of different varieties came into his net. Surprisingly, an ear of paddy came to the net on each occasion. The fisherman, however, did not know that it was an ear of paddy. The whole mankind, in fact, was not aware of paddy at all at that time. As it looked beautiful, he brought it home, putting in a creel, then he pushed it into the roof of the veranda. It was at that time that his friend, along with his family members, arrived. He received them at the gate. They sat down inside the hall. The eyes of the friend's daughter fell on the ear of the paddy, and she expressed her eager desire to have it forthwith. Understanding her wish, the fisherman too brought the ears from the roof and handed it over to her. Holding the ears in a tight grip, she fell into a sleep. In the afternoon, taking leave from his friend Lejang, with his wife and daughter set off their foot towards their home. It was already dusk. When they reached home at night, the girls kept the ears of paddy near her pillow with utmost care, then got to sleep. Getting up early in the morning, the girl sowed the seeds from the ears in her homestead. After some time, the seeds germinated into plants, and the plants were replete with ears. When the bunches of ears matured, the girl reaped them home, then threshed them by feet. The fruits were heaped in a place. At first, after boiling some seeds, they offered it to the pet chickens and dogs to eat. Having eaten them, these animals, however, did not die. Rather, they became more healthy and stout. Thereafter, all the members of the family ate the fruits after cooking. They too looked very handsome. All the villagers came to know the story that rolled from mouth to mouth. Lejang's house was crowded with people coming from different parts to see what was called paddy. Taking its seeds home, all of them went in for paddy cultivation, and thus the surface of the hills got covered with paddy. It was as though Goddess Lakshmi had come to the earth. The people showed their gratitude to the little girl who had at first welcomed paddy cultivation to the earth. Even today, the Karbis ask a tender girl to bring home the first ears of paddy from the field in a dawn, that is, a bamboo basket.
Nagaland government has unveiled the Chief Minister's Universal Life Insurance Scheme. This initiative aims to alleviate the financial burdens faced by families in the event of the untimely passing of their primary breadwinner. It stands as a testament to the state's unwavering dedication to safeguarding the financial well-being of its residents. Stay tuned as our Kohima correspondent Asuna brings you the details of this significant development.
The Chief Minister's Universal Life Insurance Scheme is fully funded by the Government of Nagaland. Chief Minister Nupurio introduced these landmark measures during the budget session of the 14th Nagaland Legislative Assembly on February 27th. The scheme will provide life insurance coverage of 2 lakh rupees on the demise of the breadwinner due to any cause. Additionally, accidental insurance coverage of 2 lakh rupees each will also be provided for the breadwinner and 3 other family members. The accidental insurance component covers both disability and death. In case of accidental death, the sum incurred is 2 lakh rupees per beneficiaries, 2 lakh in case of total and irrecoverable loss of both eyes and loss of use of both hands and feet, and 1 lakh for total and irrecoverable loss of sight of one eye or loss of use of one hand or foot. This scheme will cover every household in Nagaland, and a provision of 15 crore rupees have been provided to pay the cost of premium. For Northeast Diary, this is Asonyo from Akashvani News, Kohima.
Northeast Diary program, broadcast every Thursday at 5:30 p.m., brings very interesting and enchanting stories from the 8 Indian states of Northeast India. Don't forget to tune in.
Coming on next, we delve into the captivating story behind the unique community museum nestled in the heart of Siang district, Arunachal Pradesh. Join us for an exclusive interview with Professor Uttarand Datta from Arizona State University as he shares insights into the fascinating journey of establishing this museum with the collaborative efforts of local villagers. Stay tuned.
In the foothill areas of Arunachal Pradesh, the tribal resistance against colonial rule was fierce and persistent at that time. The Anglo-Boer War was fought in multiple segments between the local tribes of the region and the Britishers. When a few British officers visited the Kebang village in Arunachal Pradesh, an incident of miscommunication and misunderstanding caused a violent incident. Mr. Noel Williamson and Dr. Gregerson, as well as their entourage, were killed by the villagers. This led to the last Anglo-Boer War in 1911. Today, the place where Noel Williamson was buried, a museum showcasing the sacrifice of the Adi warriors and the history of the battle, has been set up and is being run by the local villagers. The museum is in the Komsing village in Siang district of Arunachal Pradesh. The idea of setting up of the museum was put forth by Dr. Uttarand Datta, Associate Professor, Arizona State University, USA, and it was set up with the help of the local villagers. Today we have got Professor Datta with us, and we will try to know more about the story behind setting up of the community-run museum. Welcome, Professor Datta, to Northeast Diary.
Thank you, Rakeshji.
So, sir, you being someone staying in US happens to come to an interior village like Komsing in Siang district in Arunachal Pradesh, and over that you set up a museum there. How did all this happen?
Yes, I am currently an associate professor at the Arizona State University, USA. I went to the US to do my PhD after receiving my master's degree from IIT Bombay. First, let me briefly introduce the project. This project, funded by our university, focuses on human ingenuity in under-resourced communities. This eco-friendly indigenous museum project was done in 2022. That year, I conducted 5 more projects in the remote parts of Maharashtra, Mizoram, Ladakh, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. Together with the villagers, several solutions were created, such as a tribal audio-visual recording studio, a traditional craft revival center, a mini health clinic, a pedestrian bridge, sanitary infrastructure, providing access to drinking water, and more. Now about the museum project. In March 2022, I was searching for an opportunity to conduct research in remote parts of Arunachal Pradesh. With the help of Minjo Basar, an environmental enthusiast, I was able to contact Mr. T.K. Kopak, District Tourism Officer of West Siang, who is also the President of the Adi Abor Indigenous People Organization in Siang District. He advised me and helped me work in the historical Komsing village. Komsing village is well known in Arunachal Pradesh for Noel Williamson's incident, which took place in 1912.
What kind of challenges did you face in setting up the museum?
In a project such as this, a researcher like me usually faces many challenges, such as trust issues, communication problems, cultural and technological barriers, etc. This project was no different. What was different was the openness and welcoming nature of the villagers. The village and the local administration was fully supportive of the research initiative. The villagers actively participated in ideating, planning, strategizing, and implementing the project. I would say that the exemplary engagement and the leadership of the villagers outweighed the common challenges I experienced.
Well, that's great to hear. So, Professor, can you brief us about what is the museum about?
Yes, as you know, the name of the museum of the Adi Abor tribe is Misum Miang Kumsum. In local language, it means that the museum is a granary of ancestral knowledge and artifacts. The community-run eco-friendly museum documented various aspects of tribal life, including agriculture, food, dress, cultural performance, their weapons, history, and warfare. The projects also helped to restore historical monuments of Komsing, including the grave of late Noel Williamson. All the artifacts presented in the museum were generously donated by Adi Abor families, then carefully selected by the senior villagers, and all of them were collected from Komsing and surrounding villages. For the project, we used locally available eco-friendly and organic materials like bamboo and utilized local skills and knowledge of the community members, which made the museum cost-effective and environmentally sustainable. The museum is a model and an example of how we can protect and promote our rich cultural heritage. Our great country, India, is the home of more than 105 million indigenous people, consisting of about 700 different indigenous tribes who speak approximately 750 different tribal languages. If we work together, we will be able to document and preserve our unique cultural diversity.
Lastly, well, setting up a museum, putting all the artifacts there, it's fine till here. But I just want to know, how is the museum sustained now?
It is the villagers who take care of the museum. While planning, the villagers decided to raise funds by selling museum tickets. The collected funds were supposed to be spent on maintaining the museum as well as developing the village. Finally, I believe that Komsing has all the potential to become a great tourist destination for the people who love spectacular nature, culture, and historical matters. And I really hope that in the long run, the museum will help to boost and transform the local economy.
Thank you, Professor, for talking with us and giving us the information about such a unique project of a community-run museum in such an interior place like Komsing village in Siang district of Arunachal Pradesh. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Rakeshji.
You just heard an interview with Professor Uttarand Datta, Associate Professor at Arizona State University, USA. The interviewer was Rakesh Dule. With that, we have come to the end of this edition of Northeast Diary. Do join us next week to hear more stories from this enchanting part of India. Until then, goodbye.